Welcome to Generic Theater, Virginia's underground theater. I'm Jeannette, Rainey, the general producer, and with me is the newest member of our artistic team, Garney Johnson. Garney.
Thank you, Jeannette.
Will you get me some coffee? Today, I'm pleased to announce our 34th season. So come along. We open season 34 with Title of Show by Jeff Bowen and Hunter Bell. If you've ever wondered what it's like to write a successful Broadway musical, this is the show for you. In 2004, two friends, Jeff Bowen and Hunter Bell, decided to enter a musical theater competition. And they wrote a musical about themselves, writing the very musical they were writing for the competition. Their show was a success, but they struggled for years to get it produced on Broadway, all of which they kept adding to the musical, which of course kept getting longer and longer. Finally, the musical did open on Broadway, which of course they added to the musical in time for opening night. It won 2 Obie Awards and was nominated for a Tony. And it's the only Broadway musical which is about 2 people writing a Broadway musical about themselves writing a Broadway musical. It's crazy, and you're gonna love it. Then, just in time for Halloween, we're gonna bring you the regional premiere of Venus in Fur, an incredible and acclaimed new play by David Ives that just closed 2 years ago on Broadway, which we've been negotiating furiously ever since to produce for you here in Hampton Roads. Well, they're finally gonna let someone do it, and it's us. And boy, are we happy. Venus in Fur is about an actress who shows up late to an audition, and then she and the director put each other through the weirdest, sexiest, scariest, most amazing 2 hours you'll ever see on stage. It was nominated for Best Play Tony Award in 2012, and probably would have won if it hadn't been for this other play we'll talk about later. Meanwhile, early next year, we'll be partnering with Double Dog Theater Company, founded by many of the same crazy people that brought you Urinetown and Bloody Bloody Andrew Jackson here at Generic, and premiering a really cool series of 2 rotating shows, Boom and Or, which will show on 2 separate stages inside the theater on alternating nights. Boom is an explosive apocalyptic comedy, and Or is a hilarious Restoration-era slamming doors farce. But both shows will be performed with the same cast. It's 2 shows from 2 different centuries in the same month with the same actors. What can we say? We love theater, so the more of it, the better.
Can I do
In Early Spring is another one we've been working on for 2 years to produce. We nearly had it nailed down for season 33. Then at the last minute, they made us wait another year. So it's with great relief we can finally announce it. You remember how we said Venus in Fur almost won the Tony for 2012 but got beat? This is the play that beat it, Clybourne Park by Bruce Norris. This beautiful play is a follow-up to Raisin in the Sun, one of the great classics of all time. And you'll remember in Raisin that Mama buys a house in a white neighborhood in 1960. Clybourne Park takes us into that house and shows us what it was like from the other side, and then follows it ahead 50 years and shows us how the whole neighborhood and the whole world has changed around it. Finally, we close our season with a great musical that is gripping and imaginative, but rarely seen. We aim to remedy that by putting it back in front of audiences where it belongs. I'll let the director tell you about it. Garney?
We close with Kiss of the Spider Woman, the musical. Based on the revered novel by Manuel Puig, it's set both in a Latin American prison and the cinematic fantasy world 2 prisoners escape to in order to survive. Adapted by Terrence McNally, this haunting piece features beautiful music and lyrics by Kander and Ebb, who wrote the musical Chicago and the song New York, New York. Kiss of the Spider Woman won 7 Tony Awards, including Best Musical, and remains an inspiring story about the power of the human imagination to overcome oppression.
You missed a spot.
Well, that's it for season 34. Drop by our website to take advantage of our special discounted Go Ticket deal, which until the first show closes, you get 5 tickets for $50 that you can use anytime in any combination, plus bonus tickets for Little Theater of Norfolk and Little Theater of Virginia Beach. So visit generictheater.org today.